It takes courage to start something new, but it takes even more courage to start something at your 20s, especially in the industry where experience is everything. Welcome back to Earn Your Signature podcast. This is your host, one of your hosts, Gea Gomez, and this is my amazing Lido, Ismael, Mr. Let's Go. He has many names. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me again. Second podcast.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Look at you. You're already winning with a second.
Yeah.
Man, he's not only the youngest, he's the skinniest of our team, now getting muscle.
Soon to be buff. Soon to be buff. By June, I'm going to be 150, 160.
How many pounds?
150, 160. Yeah. That's the goal.
That's the trainer in the team that we have, the suggestion that he gave you. And I believe that you're going to get there.
Oh, no, 200% I'm going to get there.
200%. Don't let Jeremy not hear that.
Yeah.
200%. But thank you. And this time it's my chance to interview you. I know last episode that Jeremy was with you, I heard how you got into real estate. You got your license at 18, super young. Cannot even imagine. And we all learned so much about you, who inspired you, what got you to jump in that. And that's a beautiful thing. But for those that have not listened to that episode, basically he's 20 now. We are your second brokerage that you're in, because the first one you didn't find the support that you were looking for, and you interviewed with us, and it's been almost a year, and your growth has been tremendous. Honestly, for me, I cannot be a more proud mama.
Thank you.
Even though I'm younger than you.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm 25.
Yeah. It's true. She's not lying.
Just kidding, man. When you got here, you asked me a question, and I actually want to open the segment with that. It was a question that you asked me, Gea, will you hire somebody as young as I was? And you know the answer, and I told him absolutely. Young blood, like what we said, people that it has so much hunger and so much to prove, and it's very coachable. So I rather work with somebody that is coachable than somebody that bring old tricks or old, habits from places that they have no idea. How has it been for you here?
Yeah, I love it. The team just feels like a family at the end of the day. It doesn't even feel like when I come to the office, it doesn't even feel like work. It literally just feels like I'm coming to hang out with friends and things like that. So I love it.
We do that, and we also sell, right?
Yeah, we sell. That's one thing. Like, we mess around, but we get stuff done.
We get stuff done. I know. And for us, just to see your growth has been tremendous, and it proved not only to us, to me, Jeremy, as leader, that it does not matter age.
It doesn't.
Age is just a number. I think it has to do more with mindset and the hunger. So when you started, I know there was many things that you felt insecure, many things that you didn't have the experience. What was that number one thing that was in your head, Lido, that you're like, I'm sorry that I'm calling you Lido, no, Ismael, okay. That you're like, how can I overcome this? If I overcome this, I'm going to be an amazing salesperson.
It'll definitely be like the education part. So what I did to overcome that is do a bunch of open houses and just put myself out there. So like every weekend I do open houses, and literally from those interactions I have with those clients or whoever, I basically just practice on my talking skills, the way I present myself, things like that.
Truly, and I can testify for that. You're one of those. We've had many young, not kids, youngsters that started with our team. Actually, Victor was one of them. I think it was the first one that he started. He was 18 when he got his real estate license. Then he got into our team a couple of years later. And now we can tell him that he's our top producer, one of the top producers. And it shows that it does not matter the age. It matters the mindset. Yeah. But the one thing that I've seen on you specifically is that you put yourself out there. And even from that first interview that Jeremy was talking about it, that we make fun of it here, guys, not for all, because it was terrible.
It was bad. I still cringe to this day. Like, just thinking about how bad it was, I cringe so bad. But it's just how it is, you know.
But the one thing that that got my attention, that you're like, wait, give me one chance. Wait, let me try again, and you try again the role playing, like, wait, let me try again.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's something here, you know, because anybody else, you know, young would be like, man, not only embarrassed and let me just get out of here. You threw yourself out there.
Yeah. I did. That's what I try to do. I try not to let the embarrassment get to me. It does it did, but not anymore. Like I literally go heads first. That's just how it is. You got to go deep head first in the deep waters to really figure things out, you know.
I agree.
And that's what I did.
Look at you talking with men with experience.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you imagine like another more year? I have several questions here. And I know Jeremy went a lot in what it was, you know, being in the industry, your age, and all the things that you have to overcome with stereotype that people think, right? What has been the hardest moment in your journey so far?
It's definitely just the looks and looking young. You know, I look like a baby. I'm like a baby in this industry. You know, to people more grown than me, they'll instantly, you know, I'm 20 years old, but they'll probably think I'm 16, 17. And they'll be like, man, I want someone with, you know, that will get me that good deal or with more education. But, you know, I got every one of those traits. You know, I'm a real hustler. At the end of the day, you know, I don't have a family or anything. Strictly, my mindset is strictly, you know, real estate. I don't have other things to think about, you know, no nonsense. I don't go out or none of that. I literally, everything's strictly real estate, you know.
Was ever a time that you thought about quitting?
No. Well, I'm gonna be honest.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
This is a place to be honest.
Okay, so it was after my first brokerage. That's when I low-key felt like quitting, but it was because I had no like guidance or nobody telling me what to like, how to do something or you know, things like that, or just helping me. You know, I wanted a mentor like Jeremy and you were, like how you guys just made me gain my confidence and telling me how to do things and, you know, things like that. And I didn't have that, and it kind of demotivated me from, you know, pursuing real estate, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And when was that breakthrough that you're like?
So that breakthrough was when I met you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That breakthrough was when I met you guys. Because I actually interviewed another brokers before I met you guys, and it didn't give me the same feeling that I was with you guys. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I just loved your guys' vibe, and I was like, man, I need to be part of that team. I can't go with this brokerage. I can't. And yeah, they texted me. I went to 2 actually, and they texted me to come back. I just left them undelivered. I couldn't do it. I had to go with you guys.
I remember you contacted me, and it's funny because you found us on TikTok.
Yeah.
So it was so funny when I saw your message, and I'm like, I told Jeremy, this individual is calling me, you know, texting me from TikTok. They saw your message, and like, we have to interview him. I want to know so much, because obviously it's not the norm now. Technology, TikTok, all these platforms, it's every day because, you know, there's a huge.
Yeah.
When we started in real estate 20 plus years ago, the same thing we felt because the industry. It was really old. Like I remember going with Jeremy into all this seminar, and man, like you will see 60, 70 years old realtors, like gray hair. And that makes you feel just like what you said, insecure, because all you see all knowledge.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Until you're in the industry and you gain that confidence. And I remember one time, I told Jeremy, and this was years ago, and I told Jeremy, what do you see different in this room? And he's like, well, there's a lot of people, like big hitters, and, you know, they're obviously older than us and all that. And I'm like, and you know what they wish to have? And he said, no. I'm like, our youth.
Yeah.
So imagine having that mindset, because we being exposed to so many people in the industry for such a long time that they pave that way, and you can learn so much, but with our youth. And we took upon ourselves to be mentors to others that didn't have nobody to mentor. So you reaching out to us like many other have and tell us, listen, I'm looking for a mentor. To us, we found our purpose in real estate, not only being, you know, commissions and all that, it's amazing, you know, selling the dream and selling what people, the most valuable thing that people are looking for. But mentoring other realtors that didn't think they had it in them, that's when your mind, you're like, wow, how many people can go farther than I ever gone?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? So what have you learned about Ismael so far?
I mean, I learned a lot of things. I learned that, you know, I can really be a good hustler. You know, that's another thing. And then also I can gain that confidence of approaching people. Because if I'm being honest, like at first, I'm a bit of a shy guy. You know, at first I couldn't really approach people, especially at an open house. I'll definitely be a bit timid. But now, you know, I have a lot of confidence. You know, once that person walks through, I immediately greet them and show them, you know, I'm part of that I'm the big guy in the room, you know, just things like that. Yeah.
Love that. So. You talk about a lot about people that inspire you, which are your parents, and that teach us, like me and Jeremy, our oldest being almost 17, the value that your parents have put in you. Yeah. Definitely, I can see hustlers. I can see the entrepreneurial mindset. I can see how you're confident. You might be young, but your parents push you to the next level.
100%, yeah.
Dad and mom, one word you can describe both of them.
Loving, yeah, 100%. Oh, I'll give you two actually. Loving and supportive. Yeah, you know, they supported me, and every time I come home and tell them what I've done, like they always talk about how proud they are, or just happy, you know, so every day. Yeah, very, very great.
Would that be that motor that push you?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm gonna be honest too. Also, my grandpa, he's like the top one. And the reason I'm saying this why is because every time he'll call my mom and be like, "Has he sold any houses?" So that's like I'll say that's like my number one push too. Like my thing is like I need to get a contract so I can tell him I got a contract. Like that's my
So I see the correlation with your parents being your mentor, your support system, and how you find that in our team, the family, the ones that push you. Go ahead, you can do it, Lito. You can go get it. Every time Jeremy's with you on the phone, he's like, let's go. Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing to encourage people to take. Hey, not all the time things are butterflies and rainbows. It's not. There's tough. Yeah. There's tough time. That's what life is all about. Yeah. That's what reminds us that we're alive. But to have a support system that push you beyond what you can on your own, it's very imperative. Now, I have another question here. How do you deal with rejection or slow days?
Slow days? I just have that motivation. You know, at the end of the day, in real estate, you're not going to have $1,000 every month. That's just reality. You know, there could be a month that you can make, you know, 10,000 and the next one you can make 30,000, wherever the case is. But I really, it doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, I'm gaining education. You know, I'm not gaining money, but I'm gaining education. I'm gaining experience by the day, by the month, by the year. Yeah.
What do clients mean to you?
Oh, they mean the world. Because without clients, you know, there's no real estate or nothing. You know, and one thing about me in a deal, it's more than a transaction. I actually treat it more like a friend and a family relationship. Yeah, they're the most important. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Lito, wow. In this interview, I just noticed so much about you. You're very family oriented.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Those parents of yours, I need to meet mama and daddy.
Soon. You have to. Yeah.
How being part of this team have shaped Ismael?
Definitely, the support system is so great that it makes me want to get more deals. You know, every time, you know, somebody puts in like when you get a deal, somebody puts in the group chat, congratulations. You know, it's such a great support system, and I just love the love that everybody just gives me, or everyone just gives love to each other. You know, I love that so much. So, and then also one thing is we actually mentioned Victor. That's actually one person that actually inspired me because, you know, since he started at such a young age, you know, I was like, I want to be just like Victor. You know, I want to make 6 figures just like him. I want to get a nice car, just, you know, things like that. Yeah. Yes,
Victor is a great guy that inspire many like you. And I noticed that as soon as you joined the team, I'm like, he's going to be the one that is going to keep him on his toes.
Yeah.
Now, if someone your age is scared to start, what will you tell them?
Don't be. That's like number one thing is if you're scared to start, don't be. Like, just put yourself out there, go in the deep waters, do those open houses. That's one thing I actually mentioned earlier in this podcast is I do a lot of open houses. And the reason I do that is so I could gain experience, because if you're doing all those open houses or just putting yourself out there, the more experience you get, the less scared you're going to be, the less timid you're going to be, So that's just my advice. Yeah.
So don't throw yourself out there.
And I want to put another thing is do not give up. Like, Gea, you already know, like, there's been hard times that I did not give up. I kept hustling, and I don't stop.
I remember The Apprentice, for those that don't know, once you come into our team, you have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
And you have 60 days to do a certain amount of contracts. And I remember you were on your timeline, like you were weeks, and I see your anxiety. I remember pushing you to the office, and I say, don't worry about your date. What about if this date doesn't exist? I want you to do it like the day was extended. Yeah. And I remember that you got out of that office, changed men, and you went even more hungrier and more effective to it, and you got your gold. And
I was so happy too.
Now you're a senior.
God. I know. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, let's go. Like, because I didn't want to miss this opportunity. I was gonna join the team, but I was like, I was gonna build a core connection with everyone in the team. And I didn't want to miss the opportunity, and I achieved it. So I was just very grateful for that.
I see a lot of things for you, just because you have I would say the three main things, which is you're coachable, your mindset, and you don't give up.
Yeah. No.
Any question you have for me? Because, I get tired of asking people questions.
I have a question for you.
You do?
Yeah, of course. So I did speak on, learning how to present yourself and talk. How did you learn to talk such like a storyteller and just have that strong spirit in yourself?
My producer is always in the middle of all this podcast. Listen, God brought to my life an amazing social media manager that she became this podcast producer. Yeah. And her forte is storytelling, right? And I have many stories, and I have many, like how I came in a raft from Cuba, how we got into real estate, Jeremy and I journey. And it gets to the point that a lot of times you put the story like in a little box and you put it away. Yeah. But in real estate, we sell, right? So we're like always coming across objections, and we always have to talk to people. When we started having I Got an Accent, So What, which is my first podcast that I had, there I started discovering the power of storytelling and how much I enjoy it. And she said it in a way, she said, Gea, it's like painting a painting. You have a white canvas. So whatever you want to talk to somebody and get it, you have to bring it into a picture. Because actually, I think that is a 70 or 80% of the majority of humans, we're visual. We learn by seeing. So when you're talking, when you take people through a process, people will always remember. Like I've had speaking engagement where they told me, I forgot what is it that you do. I don't know if it's mortgage or real estate, but I remember your story. So then that became my superpower. Then I became a better speaker by painting a picture to people rather than not just talk. Naturally, I'm a good public speaker, and that's a gift that you're born with it. Either you have it or you don't, Exactly. And then when I combined the storytelling part, bro, I became a superhero, like a Marvel one, like the fire one, like
yeah.
So it's fun that you notice that, being so young, but I think you also have it in you because you're not afraid. So you just throw yourself out there. Exactly. So when you start having conversations with people, listen and tell the story and say things that they will always remember. And you will even close I don't do it purposely, but I notice how powerful it is. So I use it on everything.
Yeah, it's very powerful. Because that was actually the first thing I noticed about you. I was like, man, like something about her. She just looks so strong, and it like hits my soul. It hits my soul.
It's my
like,
passion. It's my Cubanness.
Yeah.
I'm very exaggerated like that. I'm very dramatic, according to some people around here that always say that I'm very passionate. I was born with that. There's nothing I can do with that, but. It comes because Hispanic too, you know. I'm sure your mom has it in you when he go, boy, don't you ever, blah.
Yeah.
Same
she
thing.
got that. It was like that
that
feeling.
Puerto Rican feistiness.
Yeah, so
yeah, but no, that's actually what I do. I was able, before I had those divided, like when I tell story in a fun way was when I was with my friends, right? But then when I combined it with the part of the business and social media, then I understood, wow, this is what I was born to tell stories.
Yeah, and I love that. And it inspires me, honestly, because it makes me to, want to work on that and really get that voice out there,
Oh, look at you. Yeah. So we're gonna do another interview that you're gonna be interviewing me and Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm
and
excited
you're gonna
for
paint that picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna have that strong voice just like you. I'm inspired. I'm gonna go home today, and I'm gonna search up videos how to sound like a storyteller.
There you go. I love it. Well, you made my day today with that, and thank you again for being our guest. And I told you I was gonna be a better interviewer than Jeremy.
You guys,
don't tell him that.
No. You guys are both good. I love you both.
Good answer.
Yeah.
You're a good salesperson. Good answer.
Yeah.
Well, my amazing, beautiful people, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a really good time. We could be here longer, but time is kicking, and my producer is already making signals. So I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to all the platforms and YouTube, and earn your signature podcast. And see you the next time.